Advisor is a great tool to perform ad hoc analysis. When you're performing analysis, you may realize that the information that you have in your project is insufficient. So you may come up on the need to add new data, create some new metrics, integrate the data that you have, or simply just add some new visualization to help you in your analysis. In this demo, I'm going to show an example of performing ad hoc analysis. In here I have a demo that has courses and grades. So in here we have the different grades. We have some more information about the courses in here, information about the instructors, and the grades by student. Now, let's say that, for example, I am looking at the students that got an F. In here I can see the grades by department, the Fs by department, you know, by instructors, and so on and so forth. But maybe I'm interested in looking into the background of the students that have these Fs. And right now I don't have that information available to me. So what I can do is I can import a new table that will have the student information. So to do that, I'm going to go to my task view and then select load new data. My source is a text file. So I'm going to bring in the student data. In here, you know, I want to make sure that I bring the right data types. Not going to spend too much time here, though. We do have another video that focuses on just loading new data and the data types, so visit that in our tutorial page. So in here, I'm just going to bring all the information that I have. I'm going to click Next. I'm going to ignore these data errors. And I'm finished. Now I want to look at this new data that I added. So I'm going to go to the project workshop. I can actually click in View and Project Workshop, or also on the task view under Step 3, I can select Open the Project Workshop. So I have this student data. In here I can see all the different fields that I have. So now what I probably want to do next is link my student data to the rest of the project. I'm probably going to do that on the student ID. So now I'm going to select under Step 3 again, create a new table link. I'm going to create a selection link between my student data on student PISM, and I'm going to link it to the grades. I leave all the options default, and again, we have another video more in depth just about linking. So if you have more questions, refer to that, or send us an email to support@advisorsolutions.com. In here, I just go to the wizard, I click Finish, and now I can see in here that the data is connected because there's color in the data. So now I can create a new page. I can do that by right-clicking New Page, or also in our task view. Our task view always has the components that we need to go on about creating a project and analyzing our data. So I can, here in Design Pages, select Add a New Page. I can call these student info. Student info. So, you know, I'm going to look. I probably want to see the age, race, sex, some just general demographics of my students. So I'm going to include in here a few bar charts to select the student data, age, and I have my age here. I can resort this because right now it's by size. I probably want it by numerical order, although it seems to be almost the same, but there is some numerical disorder here. So I'm going to go, instead of going by size, I click down here and I go by label. So now I can see the age of my students. In here I can pick the race. Again, going to sort by label. Maybe I want the gender. I click sex. And in here I already have some information here. So since my data is linked now, I can select, you know, my D's and F's as I was interested in looking at. And I can come back here and exclude the unselected. So in here, some of the information becomes visible. You know, more females than males are getting the D's and F's, 58 versus 41%. I can restore the excluded to compare against everything. And here I can see that actually that's not different from the general population. So it's not really that females are getting more C's and F's than males, but rather that there are more female students overall. Same thing with the race. In here, by looking just at this, it might seem that these two races have all the D's and F's, but it's really because most students fall within those two categories. So let me bring everyone. Another thing I might want to look into now is at the grade level of the student. So I can select the level. And in here, you know, I can see that there are some freshmen, mainly less sophomore, juniors. But this is disorganized right now. It is disorder. So at least for the 4 course levels, I probably want to order them. So I'm going to need to create a new calculation here to add a number in front of the level to order them in the chart. So I'm going to go here on the task view, step 3, build expressions. Select that. I'm going to select my student data. And we have a couple more videos with more detail about the expression builder with some of the basic operations, some more advanced ones. So if you have questions about that, you can click the help here, or again, see our other videos. So in here, what I want to say is we're going to call these ordered level. And I'm going to create an if statement that says if the student level equals FR, then one FR, else and then I'm just going to repeat the same but for sophomore, then for junior, we want it to appear third, else for senior 2, and for the other ones, we are just going to leave them as they are. So in here, we're going to change to our new field, and now we can sort this one nicely. Now, the last thing I may want to show in my new page here is just a list with the GPA for the different students. So a list that shows the student ID and the GPA. To do this, I need to average the grades that are individually in this grades table and then bring those over to my student data. So I can do this with a roll-up. To do the roll-up, I'm going to go to create table links under work with data, and I'm going to select roll-up. I am going to select the grades, and I'm going to roll up on the student ID. I can call this just GPA roll-up. And I'm going to add new field. In here, I just want the course grade, number grade, and I want to average it. I can change the name of this to just GPA. Okay, so now that I have the GPA for the different students, I can copy that into my student table. So again, I'm going to create a new link, and in here I'm going to select a table copy. I am going to select the GPA roll-up, and the origin key is going to be the ID. I'm going to copy that to the student data. And I'm going to bring over the GPA. So now, finally, I can add the list with the GPA here. I rearrange the charts here. Now I can select the student ID, and I'm going to show the GPA, and I have my list there. So now with that, we are able, to go from the grade level, see the D's and F's, to see more of the characteristics of my students. For example, we see a lot of freshmen here. We talked about a little before about the gender, that it wasn't as much the gender itself, but it was just that there are more females enrolled than males. So more females are getting D's and F's than males, but this is only because of the difference in the number of the genders in terms of enrollment. Anyways, we can in here look at the GPA of the students selected. There's some students with okay GPAs, decent GPAs. So maybe, I want to look at these ID numbers and start a discussion with the students, with these instructors, on why do these students that are performing well on average in different courses are having some trouble in these specific courses. I can go back here and look at the courses, specifically at the instructors, and start some discussion, come up with an action plan to help those students succeed. That was a quick example of some ad hoc analyses. As I mentioned, the topics that I covered here might be more expanded in our other videos, so check out those on topics like loading data, linking, rolling up and copying, adding new charts. And also, don't hesitate to contact us at support@advisorsolutions.com. Thanks for watching.